What's going on, beautiful people? Today, we're going to be talking about a narcissist very first relationship. What's it like? Who is it with? If you're new here, my name is Lee Hammock. I'm a clinically diagnosed narcissist, and welcome to another episode of the Narcissist Code. Yes, welcome back, folks. Welcome back. A narcissist first relationship. So, just to let you know, this episode was inspired by a member of my support group, the Mental Healers, to talk about. He mentioned, he's like, hey man, what do you think the first relationship of a narcissist is like? I was like, hey, let me go in. I can talk about that. I haven't talked about that before. I always talk about how to spot a narcissist on the first date, but not how a narcissist first relationship could go. Right? So to make sure you check out joining my support group. Like I said, I take ideas from the group, make videos out of them as well. Courses.mentalhealness.net. You can scroll across the bottom of the screen as well, y'all. But yes, narcissistic people, the narcissist, the toxic person, the narcissistic person, right? That's how the mind goes. The first relationship with a narcissist, y'all, could go a few different ways. I remember my very first relationship. It's new. I mean, this could go for anybody, y'all. This could go for a lot of people because everybody's first relationship is going to be different. It's going to be new, right? It's your first relationship. But a narcissist first relationship, y'all, could be just something that they use to fit in. Like, I remember growing up, right, and wanting to be normal, wanting to feel normal, wanting to just fit in. And I didn't really start dating or getting into relationships till like damn near my senior year of high school, y'all. Like, being realistic, my senior year of high school was like one of my first actual relationship. You know what I mean? I talked to girls before, but nothing like that. To my senior year of high school when I first started dating. And it was like, I didn't even really particularly like the person, right? But it just made me fit in. It made me feel normal. It just like, people would be talking about relationships and girls and stuff like that around me, and I always felt out of place. I'm like, damn, I'm so out of place. I'm like a sore thumb. I'm doing everything else to fit in. I'm smart. I got good grades. I'm funny. I got a lot of friends and people who like me in school. I'm playing sports. I'm pretty decent at sports. But I just didn't. When people talk about girls, I would have to kind of either lie or log out. So I remember getting into my first relationship out of necessity. I didn't say I didn't really like the girl. I did like her at the time. But you know, when you grow up and you look at your first relationships, you're like, oh, did I really like the person? At the time I did. This is no shot towards her. Beautiful girl, nice girl. Hope she's doing well. But yeah, it was really just to fit in. I didn't know how to do anything. I used to read Cosmo magazine because I felt like such an outlier, because I felt like such an alien. Y'all see my forthcoming book. Y'all will read about that. But I felt like an alien, so I wanted to fit in. So I remember dating this girl who used to date one of my friends back in the day. They used to date back in the day, and I just knew what she liked. I was just like, okay, I know what this girl likes because she used to date one of my old friends, so I know how to get her. I know how to talk to her because I can just say the same things that he said. So I kind of actually became my old friend to get with this girl because this is all I knew, right? I read Cosmo magazine and I watched my friends. And I ended up being like, this is years later after they had dated. They dated for like a couple weeks. It was like a little kid relationship. But y'all see it, like, I remember dating this person, just trying to fit in, trying to make. And I had a girlfriend. People was like, oh, you got a girlfriend now? Da, 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 da. You know, people were like, yeah. So I could talk to people about this now. But I didn't know how to be a boyfriend. I just like, kind of listen to what my people would tell me and do what they would say. You know, do the things that I would watch on TV or watching movies, Disney movies. You know what I mean? Watching my old friends, watching my peoples around me, how they were dating, how they would be in relationships and things like that. So I was really, at the end of the day, and at the beginning of the day, kind of mimicking other people. You know, and it sounds kind of weird right now when I'm talking about it, but this is really what I was doing. I was mimicking other people, like emulating them, being like them, trying to find things and find ways to fit in with people. So I didn't know how to treat this girl. Like, I didn't know how to talk to the girl. I didn't know how to treat this girl. So a lot of narcissists, when they get into their first relationship, it's a learning experience. It's data collection, right? It's data collection. I didn't love bomb her. I was in 12th grade, y'all. I didn't love bomb her. I would talk to her, make her laugh and stuff like that. It was my version of love bombing. But I couldn't do anything else, right? I didn't know what else I could do other than the little stuff that I was doing. But a lot of narcissists, when they get their first partner, they might not feel the exact same way that I felt. But some narcissists, when they get their first partner, they do absolutely love bomb them. They become obsessed with this person. They become obsessed. Like, this is the first relationship. I think a lot of narcissists think that they have these dreams of being with one person. I don't think a lot of narcissists grow up wanting to be cheaters. You know what I mean? I don't think it's just like, I can't wait to get in my first relationship and start cheating. I really cannot wait to meet the love of my life when I'm young, my high school sweetheart. I cannot wait to cheat on my high school sweetheart. I don't think people think that way. Being realistic, I never thought that way. This comes later on in life, but in a narcissist's first relationship, they might actually start to think that this might be their last relationship. You know, the guy in my mental healers group, he was saying his narcissistic ex, he was in his 40s and this was his first actual relationship. So you don't have to be young to be in your first real relationship. But his partner he was in his type of relationship with him, and he was narcissistic. This is his first real relationship in his 40s. Didn't know how to act. Just learn. You kind of learn as you go. It's kind of like you lie on your resume to get the job. So you kind of learning on the job. You lie on your resume to get this high paying job, high pressure job, and then you just learning as you go. And that's what most narcissists do. They're learning as they go. They think that their first relationship might be their only and the last relationship. So they might be love bombing you. They might love bomb you in all the ways that they saw on TV. They don't know what else to do. They might just treat you like they see their parents treating you. You see what I'm saying? They might be their very first relationship. They might be abusive in their very first relationship, because guess what? If they don't have any good relationship role models around them to show you how to treat people, then they mimic their parents' relationship with you. They can start being abusive to you in high school. I've talked to people in my one-on-ones over Zoom, mentalhealness.net. You can find them. I've talked to people who've been in youthful relationships with narcissists, right? And those relationships have been toxic off the rip. They might start off good and happy, but they start getting abusive, maybe not physically abusive, but they can be emotionally abusive in their very first relationship, right? Because they saw their parents doing it. They saw their parents in an emotionally abusive relationship or physically abusive relationship, and they start emulating that relationship. So the narcissist's first relationship can absolutely be an abusive relationship. They can be an abuser in their relationship. They can be a young abuser, a youthful abusive person. They absolutely can. And they might not know that it's emotional abuse. They have a young kid's mind or whatever, but they can still be lying. They can still be manipulated. They can still start to try to cheat and find new supply when they're young in their first relationship. They absolutely can. Or they're older in their first relationship. They absolutely can start to try to find new supply while you are together with this person in their first relationship. Narcissistic people, like chronic boredom, which a lot of narcissists suffer from, does not just start in your adulthood. It starts in your youth, right? So if I'm chronically bored, even if I'm in this new relationship, in this first relationship, I'm going to try to find ways to make myself happy. And a lot of times, how you find yourself happy is you start finding new supply. You start talking to other people. You start talking to other boys and girls and people and whatnot. You start doing that type of stuff where you're young. So yes, a narcissist's very first relationship, they're learning on the job, but they're actually, like I said, they can be also emulating what they see at home. Their mom and dad yelling and screaming at each other. They can be doing the same thing to you. Their mom and dad lying and manipulating each other. Same thing to you. Their mom and dad, or mom, dad and dad, whoever, their parents. We say parents, y'all. We try to be all inclusive over here. Their parents could be extremely highly manipulative people, and they could just birth this highly manipulative, young or old narcissistic person. You see, they're learning on the job. And I'm not calling you a boring person, y'all. But if a narcissist's first relationship was with you, they get bored. And they could start to cheat. They could start to lie to you. They could start to see what they can get away with. Like, what can I get away with this person? How far can I go? What can I do? They get bored. And when they're younger, I'm just telling you, you get a young narcissist, especially if they're still in high school or just in college. In college is their first relationship. They're surrounded by potential new supplies. It's very hard to keep them just with you. And yes, in their very first relationship, the same rules can still apply. Even though they don't know what they're doing, they know they want to control you. They feel like you belong to them. So in their very first relationship, they can absolutely think that you belong to them. They can start claiming ownership and doing these very possessive, obsessive behaviors on you. They can still start to try to isolate you from your friends and family, even when you're young. Even like I said, your very first relationship, if it's in high school, they can start isolating you from your friend group. You know, you don't meet your friends at your locker anymore because you're meeting them somewhere else. They don't like your friends. Your friends are not cool or lame or whatever. Your friends are gossip girls or gossip boys, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Your friends are hood and thugs and whatever it is. They want you to stay away from them. So the isolating behaviors can even begin in the very first relationship. You know, young or old. They want you to cut people off and choose them. They can be highly abusive. Y'all, if you're dealing with a 16, 17, 18-year-old narcissist and they're abusive and they're angry and they have narcissistic rage issues as a youth, if they're not getting any help, that only gets worse. So yeah, they can absolutely have narcissistic rage episodes in their very first relationship. That could be how it goes right there. They could absolutely have these rage episodes in this relationship dynamic with you and start treating you a certain type of way, start treating you horribly, start doing horrible things to you. This is the mindset, this is the mentality of a lot of narcissists, right? And sometimes this is what you have to put up with. This is what you have to deal with. This is who you have to deal with. So mentality wise, toxic person wise, like their very first relationship can absolutely be abusive. And then when they go from their very first relationship, they can start getting this mindset that now they don't want to be by themselves. So yes, from their very first relationship, they can start bouncing to their second relationship and third relationship and start chronically dating and cheating on people and keeping you around, keeping the old supply around, telling people that their exes are crazy. It has to start somewhere. So a narcissist's very first relationship can absolutely be a toxic, abusive relationship. I know people are going to think like, damn, that's sad. Yeah, it is sad, y'all. But if they don't have good relationship role models, even sometimes if they do have good relationship role models, it doesn't mean that they're going to be good people. And it sucks to say that about kids and even adults. Like it's saying, the guy in my group, he's older. He's not older guy, but I think he's about the same age as me. His narcissistic ex, this is his first relationship in his 40s, and it can be the exact same way. Anyways, y'all, thank y'all. Make sure you check out the Mental Healers, courses.mentalhealness.net. I will see y'all later. Like and subscribe. Peace. Thank you so much for making it to the end of my video. I am extremely grateful for you. Have no idea. If you haven't already, make sure you go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Helps reach more people. And click on the screen to watch another video or to browse through another playlist. There's also a link on the screen to check out my courses and my support groups to help you heal and understand what you've been through. Thank you so much again. I will see you in the next video. Peace.